Hey Phil, good to see you. Hey Lexter, how you doing? So we've got quite a lot of volatility it seems today. Not a huge amount of volume, but plenty of volatility. So just looking for potential movers. The S&P 500 is down. I'm actually a little bit kind of bearish in my approach to this today. I think in terms of how I feel it's going to go, it's slightly down today, almost a whole percentage point. And let's see. The Dow Jones, it's a strange one because normally the markets are fairly close together in terms of how much they're either up or down, but we've got the S&P 500 90 base points down. Dow Jones Industrial only 52 base points down. We've got the Russell Index, which is 120 base points down. So there's a big variance across the markets at the moment, which is strange. We're all still learning, Lexter. I think with the markets bear market rally that we've had this last 2 days, i.e. the start of the month, the start of the quarter, and that's the important thing. The start of the quarter is something that we've not had as big a rally on any quarter since 1938 on the American markets, on the US markets. So, Dave, well, if it does, I've got it on the watch list to watch it. So we'll see. It's down. It's bearish at the moment. It's underneath the VWAP. It's selling off down at 1140s at the moment. So we'll see what ATXI, Avenue Therapeutics, we'll see what that does later. But the markets are looking quite bearish today. That's the worst thing, is discipline, Lexter. So the I think I had a similar Excel spreadsheet, kind of a table. I gave it to somebody. I think was it Matt or was it Matty? I think it was one of the Matts I gave it to. That was on the Day Trade with Tony course, and yeah, it's if you've got to be able to calculate that on the fly, ideally. So having a printout in front of you is great. And the more disciplined you become, the more used to it. It's muscle memory. It's like being in a shop and on the counter, front counter, you're automatically able to calculate people's groceries as they're coming through or whatever. But when you start off, not a chance. You have to use the machine. Well, we'll see what happens today, at least, anyway. Want a nice green day. What I'd like to do is put a nice streak together, maybe get 2 weeks of solid green, and then maybe a nice cushion on the month, so I can then take some swings prior to the World Series. That way, I can actually be. And I will have, what I'll be doing with the World Series is I'll have the World Series on one screen, and I'll have the my actual trading desk on the other screen. So Let me know. Actually, let me know in the comments if you want to. If you want me to include the me trading in the World Series as part of my live stream. You know, I can do that. Hey Tommy, how the devil are you? Alright, so why is pineapple moving? Moved up quite a bit over the last hour or so. Couple of SEC foams, it looks like. Changes beneficial ownership yesterday morning. Not seeing anything specific for Pineapple Energy that's pushing it up. No, absolutely, that's exactly right there, Eddie. I think the devil gets a bad rep, personally. To paint a huge entertainment center. Okay. Well, good luck with that, Tommy. Well, Eddie, the float is very important. The thing is, what you've got to understand is the larger the float, the less volatile it's going to be unless you're getting big whales trying to move it. So if you've got a huge float, somebody taking 20, 30,000 shares in a, 1 billion float, it's just a drop in the ocean. So it's not really going to impact the price action. And therefore, the price action tends to remain relatively stable, and you'll get a volatile day for something, a billion share float or above. A volatile days when it moves 5%. Whereas if you've got something that's 10 million shares in the float or less, a volatile day, it could move hundreds of percent. So the liquidity, the volume versus the float presents you with the liquidity. So you want good relative volume against a small float, which is going to give you great volatility because you're going to have the liquidity, you're going to have that float recycled again and again and again. So all right, okay, fair enough. That's artistic. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. That's what they say, Tommy. So Pineapple Energy's up at 210s, breaking highs. You had a good green day yesterday, Daryl. Where'd you finish? Sounds great. I love it when people come on this into this channel and say, I had a really great day, I had a really good day, or thanks for the strategies that I learned on this channel, and I made so much on the gap and go that you were working. I love hearing all that kind of stuff because it means that we're all taking profits out of the market. It's free money. It's there if you just know how to tap into it. Yeah, on the futures. Okay, so I mean, the S&P 500 is down at the minute. I was just looking at this. S&P 500 is down almost a whole. It's 96 base points, so 90.96%, 96 base points. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial, which is down 91 base points. These are all gap down overnight. The Russell index is a small cap index, and this is down 120 base points. And we've got the Nasdaq 90 base points, so 90, 91. So yeah, the markets are down. The kind of chopping sideways, it gapped down at 4 a.m. this morning, but the chopping sideways around the VWAP, so it's not made up a direction yet. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comment section whether you think we're going to have another continued bullish day after having effectively the best start to a quarter since 1938, or will we have a little bit of a sell-off and a consolidation? I'm thinking we could do with a bit of a sell-off, a bit of a kind of a bull flag type setup on the daily would be nice. Ready for another rally up to kind of 300 on the Nasdaq, or up to kind of 400 on the SPY or something. Well, I don't know about that, Daryl. I mean, long-term investing is it's investing and trading are not the same thing. So this is a common error. So long-term investments, you're building for the long term. You're talking years, and in the long term, realistically speaking, you should be talking. Just don't worry about the markets. Just lump sum investing, regular lump sum investing, or even dollar cost averaging. The market's only going one direction. At the end, yes, it's a bumpy, choppy ride all the way up, but they only go up. The markets only ever go up in the long term. So long-term investing, you should have that long-term approach. The more you're coming, the closer you're getting to your retirement age, which for me it's not too far away. The closer you come to your retirement age, you might want to look at moving your portfolio into less volatile, more, I suppose, safer investments. And whereas trading is completely different to investing. Trading, whether it be intraday, whether it be across the course of a few days or for swing trading, or even weeks or months for swing trading, you're not really bothered about the long-term goal of the company. You're bothered about gains and profits, and you do have to keep abreast of the movement. Absolutely, yeah. Compounding is extremely powerful, and the younger you start, the more powerful it is. If you start, let's say you get a job while you're in college to help you pay your tuition fees or whatever, a job in college with McDonald's, and you put 10% of whatever your earnings you're getting, you put 10% away every month into a Nasdaq or SPY, S&P 500 ETF or something. And you do that every month, every week, every month until you actually graduate college. And then when you start getting a salary, you continue doing that. And if you stop at 30, you can just let the compounding effect from that. You don't have to contribute anymore. The compounding effect will give you enough to live off by the time you retire. It's that simple. So if you start at 30, you're going to end up with probably 10% of what you would if you were starting, whilst you're at college. Compounding can be very powerful. All right, let's have a look at ATXI. Looks like it's trying to make a move up again. This has been the darling over the last week or so. Not got the volume yet, but we'll keep an eye on it for continuation today. That's why it's on the list. Finger motion sold off hard yesterday and then rallied into the close. Big rally into the close too. So moved a good $2, probably more. Down at the moment, but had a couple of good days. So if you're looking at it on like this 60-minute chart, there's a potential cup and handle type setup on finger motion. Look at there's your cup, and we've got a bit of a handle here. So if it breaks $7 and goes green, this could potentially go, you know, all the way up to kind of $9-10 again. So worth keeping an eye on. So that's on the Aeroclean. We like Aeroclean. We're not married to it, but it's a nice little flirtatious number that gave us quite a lot of gains back in June. We traded it again yesterday profitably, and so we'll keep an eye on that one for a continuation today. It's had 2 good days in a row. Granted, Monday it was after hours when the rumours came out about the merger. But it was after hours when it popped on Monday. So realistically, it's only 1 day's gains, but it's held most of the gains, and we'll see what happens with that. Biggest gappers at the moment above $2. I mean, we've got Pineapple Energy, but that's a $2 stock, so it's a sub $2 stock. I know it's over $2 right now, but so we've got SHF Holdings, and we've got Shuttle Farmer. So they've moved up. SHF Holdings, not great volume. Can't trade that just yet. It's below the VWAP as well. So the initial move up, it's selling off since then. The Shuttle Farmer had its move up again. It's below the VWAP. It tapped, it was rejected, and it's selling off again. So again, the volume is kind of died out as well here. So that's another thing. Top chipping, we've traded this yesterday. We've got, you know, I think we got $600 out of this, just over $600 out of top chipping yesterday. Low volume at the moment, but it's held most of its gains from yesterday. It had a good move, and it's held most of its gains. It went up to like 750s. It's currently 620s, so it's moved up from a little over $3. So it's held most of its gains. Probably want to continue watch. Let's look for a continuation. We're not seeing pre-market, and this has been the same story for a while now. We're not seeing a lot of momentum pre-market in terms of volatility or volume for that matter. But it does give us some idea of what we can put on the watch list for potential breakouts at the open. If we get something that's moving pre-market, great, with good volume, fantastic, we'll trade it. But otherwise, we'll just wait for the open. That's worked kind of the last week, and it's worked certainly this week so far. Yeah, inbox down at the moment, very low volume. It has held most of its gains from yesterday, but yesterday most of its gains came from pre-market. It then sold off before a bit of a bounce into the middle of the day. It's held most of its gains. It's slightly down. It's at what, $29 now. I have to squint because I've still got the blurred vision from putting dog medicine in my eyeballs, like some kind of idiot. But that's so I've got a bit blurred vision today for my own fault. CNXA, I'll take a look at that for you. No volume at the minute. It had a big pop yesterday, as you know. So this Conexa Sports had a big pop yesterday. So it moved up into the 70 cents. What was 80 cents, moved up to 80 cents yesterday, and that was pre-market into the open, and it sold off. It's down now, still down at 40 cents, so it's not holding its gains. Low volume. I wouldn't touch that personally, but not a financial advisor. You do you. I don't know why you're saying CNXA for a gap and go, or for a gap up. It's actually down on the day, Eddie. So it's not a gap and go. It might be a gap and crap, where it gaps down and continues to sell off. I've had a few of those over the last couple of weeks. So, you know, is it shortable? Not shortable, so that you can't even short it. So Go figure. Okay, so Senti Bioscience, this was another one we traded yesterday profitably and had a really good day yesterday. It's below the VWAP right now. It's selling off on low volume. Could be one to watch at the open for a continuation, but for me, really needs to get over 450. Ideally, back up over the VWAP, but 450 is a must. That $0.50. It was, and the $0.50 was a key level yesterday as well. We had, let's say, 444 was the resistance level that we got rejected at middle of the day with Senti Bioscience. So 450 is a key level. It needs to get back over 450 for me. Q, I'll take a look at Q. Q ball. Has anyone ever noticed that the word Q is just a bunch of letters queuing up to be ignored after the letter Q? Queuing up to be silent after the letter Q. So just saying, there's a whole bunch of letters that nobody actually pronounces after the letter Q in the word Q. They're all queuing up to be silent. So just throwing that out there. Q, again, no volume, 10,000 shares traded today. Really good day yesterday. It went up to kind of 320-ish after hours. Finished, just over $3. Good day from where it started, but there's no. It's held most of its gains. It's holding its gains. So we might get a continuation when the volume comes in. But right now, there's no trade because there's nobody trading it. I'll give you some thoughts on it. Just from technical, it's gapping down. So this is Lumen Technologies gapping down. It had a really good day on Monday. Kind of a bit of a consolidation, very choppy day yesterday. Look at this on the 15. You'll see what I'm talking about. Zoom in. So had a really good day on Monday, and then very choppy sideways yesterday. It did finish slightly higher, but it's, as I say, very choppy sideways. It's actually gapping down heavily this morning, so it's looking quite bearish. It is below the VWAP right now. There's not a lot of volume. It's gapping down. It needs more people coming in on the bullish side to before I would trade this. Ideally, you want to get this up towards kind of back up towards $8 again. The $0.75 level where it's at right now, 775 is going to be a key level. Hannibal, what broker do I use? I use Interactive Brokers, and I use the two brokers that I recommend are normally is Interactive Brokers and Capital Markets Elite Group. Now, for day trading, I recommend Capital Markets Elite Group, particularly if you're in the UK, because Interactive Brokers will implement the pattern day trading rule if you've got a smaller account than $25,000. If you're outside of the UK, but you're in Ireland or Europe, then the Interactive won't implement the pattern day trading rule. If you're in the US, pattern day trading rule is pretty much across the board unless you go with an offshore broker, such as Capital Markets Elite Group. So just be careful with that. But I would say, if you're looking at day trading, I would say Capital Markets Elite Group. If you're looking at options trading, which is no pattern day trading rule on options or futures, but if you're looking at options trading, I recommend Interactive Brokers. For longer term investing at Interactive Brokers, I've got my SIP with Interactive Brokers and my ISA with Interactive Brokers. So yeah, that's why I recommend them. Is there a minimum deposit with CMEG? $500, I think it is. There's a minimum balance of 350. but the platform fees, depending on where you are, platform fees are they cost me for it's $125 for data a month for platform and data. I get the platform fees reimbursed. Now, if you're in the UK, it's a little bit more expensive for some strange reason. Don't ask me, that's their policy. Go figure. Does it really, Kai? Thank you for letting me know that. I didn't know that. You'll see, every day's a school day, even for me. I might be the teacher here, but even I'm learning. So Germany is implementing the PDT rule for interactive brokers as well. So anybody that's living in Germany thinking about interactive, look at something else. Unless you've got 20, like I say, I'm starting today with just under 44,000 in equity, so it wouldn't bother me either way. But I'm trading with capital markets, so they don't implement the PDT rule. The thing is with capital markets, and just kind of to throw a little bit of transparency with capital markets, is that there's the margin policy is better than it was with a lot of other brokers. So you get up to 6 times leverage. However, and there's always a caveat, not every stock has that leverage. So some stocks have no leverage. So there's only you only get leverage on stocks above $5. And of those stocks above $5, some of those don't have leverage. Some of them you'll only be able to trade up to 90% of your equity, which can be a bit of a pain in the hole if you're getting a really good runner and you can't get a decent size to make a good killing. But for me, from a day trading perspective, from an intraday trading perspective, I've yet to find a better broker than capital markets. That's just my own personal experience. I've tried a few. Capital markets has been the best, followed by interactive. For me, being based here in Europe, in the US, you do have a lot more options. In Canada, also, you have a lot more options. In North America, you have a lot more options than we do here in Europe for retail trading. And but I've yet to find a better broker than interactive. Oh, sorry, than capital markets. Gap up or gap down? I'm anticipating a gap down. Talking about the overall market there, crypto, I'm anticipating a gap down. The S&P 500, it's bearish behavior at the moment. It's below the VWAP. It's tested the VWAP a couple of times and been rejected. VWAP fade type pattern there. It's gapped down overnight. It's currently down a whole percentage point, and I'm expecting it to do. It maybe not continue selling off. We may finish kind of flat on the day from the open, but I'm not expecting a continuation of the rally today. Maybe we'll get a continuation towards the end of the week. Bit of a kind of a bull flag type setup is what I'm expecting to form here on the daily or on the 60-minute. Okay, so ICAD. Again, nobody trading this at the moment. Very low vol. But you should switch over to Benzinga, Eddie. Yeah, so sometimes if you're with FinViz, the free data is delayed. So the free screeners and free scanners, it's on delayed data. If you're subscribing to FinViz, you'll get live data. That's the thing. So FinViz is a freemium service. Same with like Yahoo Finance and a few of the others. They'll give you delayed data, no problem. But if you want live active data in real time, you have to pay for the feed. And personally, I'd rather just, if I'm going to pay for a feed, I'd rather just use Benzinga. It's just much more intuitive. There's a whole bunch of other services do a similar kind of thing. Trade Ideas, for example, a lot more expensive than Benzinga. Bloomberg, which is probably the most expensive one out there as well. But yeah, each and all have their own preference. It's all about personal preference at the end of the day. So we've got an hour to the open. So we've got a decent audience on YouTube, but nobody's hitting that thumbs up button. So do me a favor, guys, hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. To the small number of people on ShareVision, just let me know if you like the stream. Again, appreciate that. The same with Twitch. If you're on the old Tockety Tick, then just tap the screen 10-12 times. And it just helps with the reason for all of that. It just helps with the algorithm, whether it be YouTube or TikTok or whatever. It just helps with the algorithm. It pushes out the suggestion to more people, and the more people we get, the more active the chat is, the better it is for all of us. Yeah, well, I can always count on you, Lexter. So Twitter, yeah, so here's the latest on Twitter, and I think we were discussing this yesterday. When Twitter halted, it was down to the fact that Elon, in his infinite wisdom, waived his right to due diligence before he signed the contract to buy Twitter. After the fact, he was trying to get out of Twitter, trying to get out of buying it, talking, quoting out the amount of bots that they've got and all this kind of stuff, trying to make excuses as why it's not what he signed up to buy. Sorry, Elon, but you waived your right to due diligence. All of that would have come out in the discovery phase if you hadn't waived your right to the due diligence, and you could have got out of it. So it looked like if he went to court, he would be paying over $1 billion in court costs and settlements, which were also in the contract that he signed. Whereas if he buys Twitter, which it looks like it's going to go through now, he can stick with it for a little while and then go public again and get his money back, and still be a huge, shareholder within Twitter, or the largest shareholder within Twitter. So yeah, I mean, I think that was his plan anyway, was to acquire Twitter and then keep it public. But yeah, let's have a look at the Twitter chart, shall we? Twitter. Put it on the 15 so we can see a bit more. And zoom out. So this is yesterday when the court rulings were, well, not so much the court rulings, but it was rumoured that he's going to go through with the acquisition. Now, it was just over $52 that he's going to be buying it for, so you're not going to get much change out of this if you try and trade it, because it's just going to be sold to Elon at $52 a share. It will come off the market when the transaction is complete, and then you'll have to relaunch it as a public offering again. So take it public again. But that's Twitter for you. How has that affected his other company? And do you know what? Buying Twitter might not be a bad thing for Elon, because the majority of his wealth is locked in with Tesla. And people automatically assume Tesla is an EV manufacturer. And yes, they are an EV manufacturer, but there's so much more. It's the same as Amazon being an online retailer. They're much more than just an online retailer, and the same way as Tesla, much more than just an EV manufacturer. So him being involved in having so much of his huge wealth locked up in Tesla can be perceived as a bit of a liability. So buying Twitter as a diversification, and of course he's not using his own money. He won't use a cent of his own money. He'd be putting up shares of Tesla as collateral, and he'll be using private, in equity firms and banks' money. It's so he'll be buying Twitter, and it won't cost him a bean. That's how the rich do it. So yeah, I do indeed, Daryl. I don't know why I called you Dylan. I do indeed, Daryl. I trade the NYSE instead of the FTSE. Why? Because the volatility and volume on the NYSE far exceeds that of the FTSE. So you're going to get a lot more moves. And I've seen Kit, so I'll just put this on the thing for you guys. You're going to get a lot more moves, and you're going to get a lot more reliable breakouts because of the volume as well. The majority of the world's day traders trade the US stock, the NYSE, as opposed to the FTSE or the Hang Seng or the DAX or whatever. Okay, so Nauticus Robotics, which is the ticker KITT. Nauticus Robotics announces additional contract award with US Defense Innovation Unit for an autonomous amphibious robot. No terms disclosed, but that's the catalyst dropped at the bottom of the L. Well, this could be interesting. If we break, look for the pullback. So the high of the day right now is 69.99. So it's 470. If this pulls back to the VWAP, it could be worth looking for a VWAP bounce. Current high is 60. Current high is 60. Was the previous candle. This one's 68. We're looking for break of highs, new highs. Could get. Got up to 680. Wasn't quick enough to take the profit. But locking in a few more gains. Just pulling back. Always scale back in, not a problem. 495 is my exit. Yeah, 490. Break even. My advice to you on the tax there, Jack, is don't try to do it yourself. You'll tie yourself up in knots. Get yourself a CPA. They do charge you through the nose, but if you're making enough money to earn a living, okay, I'll just get out there. It's almost $1,000. I'll wait for continued move up. But yeah, if you trying to navigate any kind of doesn't matter whether it's the Irish tax system or any other tax system, don't try and navigate it yourself. Always get a qualified accountant to help you with it. It's so much better, so much easier. You just present them with your paperwork, and they do it all for you. And yeah, they might charge you a couple of £100 at a time for doing it, but it's more than worthwhile. So the reason I got out there, we got a candle that broke a new low. So now that's the doji. This is another reversal indicator. So we might get a little bit of consolidation, pullback, maybe even to the VWAP around 470. If we do, that's fine. I don't mind the pullback. We got this pullback here. This allowed us to get in safely as it broke. So right now we've got the high of this 503. So now we're looking for the re-break of the whole dollar. Did it go without you, Eddie? Did you miss it? The top ships was on the radar here. Probably I can't trade that at the minute. It's too messy, too choppy. There's no pattern to trade there. It's just too choppy. That's the lack of volume that creates that kind of choppy, messy pattern, or lack of pattern rather. HIT is the top mover this morning now. That goes on the watch list, of course, for hopefully nice gap and go at the open. So we've got 45 minutes to the open. How can I see it's a new low? Because the low of that candle breaks the low of the previous candle. That means it's a new low. So each candle has an opening price, a closing price, a high and a low. And rule of thumb, good rule of thumb that I would recommend to any new trader is when you get in a move and it starts to move up and you're looking for an exit signal when a candle breaks a new low, i.e. it goes lower than the previous candle, cut your position. That's that. You can always get back in if it decides to rally. If it's just a consolidation move and it decides to rally, but as a rule of thumb, that will help you with your risk management in terms of maximizing your gains. Well, Nereus, I'm looking at that. I don't think it's going to come down to that. We're finding a little bit of support at 480 off this candle here. It may come down to the VWAP, but 480, we've got, of course, the quarter, half and whole dollar levels are all big psychological levels. So we've got 475. So we've got 3 potential resistance levels here. If I look at the 60-minute chart, we've got some resistance up here at $5 anyway. It's been up as high as kind of towards $13 in the past, well, in the past month, in that last couple of weeks. We've got 480, 475. The VWAP's now 473, so that's now converging on that $0.75 level. I'm looking at the 2-minute chart as well. So you can see on the 2-minute chart, the 503 is a break of $5. 503 is really the next level for me to take. 504, 505, that kind of level. But again, looking for first candle to make a new high on the 2-minute is what I'm looking for right now. That little hammer doji there is kind of a nice bullish sign. If you're looking at individual candle patterns, the individual candlesticks, each candlestick can tell you a little bit around what the active sentiment is at that moment in time. Yeah, you can see twice we've tapped the 480. We're getting a bit of a kind of consolidating wedge, but the 480 support, $5 is the resistance. I'm not seeing huge. 502. I've got the seller at 502. Don't be telling me that now. You'll get me nervous. And I would say that to anybody, not just Nereus. I know Nereus is joking, but don't trade with the rent money. Don't be trading with any money that you can't afford to lose. Seriously, guys, it's important that you hear that little warning. Because if you are trading with money that you can't really afford to lose, the mortgage money, the rent money, the kids' college fund, whatever it is, the emotions that will be involved with your trading will be magnified exponentially as a result. It's bad enough just having money in there. In a live account. Trading in a live account is a lot more difficult than trading in a simulator account. But if you're trading with money you can't afford to lose, you'll lose it. You will lose it. That consolidation. So this is Nauticus Robotics. Catalyst is new government contract. Happy days. Let me just have another quick look at some of the fundamental data here. Matt, you're in charge of the like count. Let me know when we get to 3,000 on TikTok. And guys on YouTube, just make sure you hit that thumbs up button. The last I looked, I was on 8 likes, which is like, come on, you may not bother. So, yeah, government contract, 47 million shares outstanding on this. Not seeing the actual float details, but it's probably about I'd say probably 40 million float. So it's a small enough float. It's not a micro float that I like. I like to trade under less than 100 million in float size is what I look for. Ideally less than 10 million. You get the really good moves with the micro float stocks. But this is 40-50 million shares in the float. It's not bad. When you get this extended period here, we're getting what's known as a descending wedge into a flat bottom. Just be careful with that because it's the inverse of the ascending wedge. The descending wedge into a flat bottom is the opposite of a ascending wedge into a flat top. We all know the ascending wedge into a flat top is bullish, so this potentially could be bearish. It needs to break above this trend line, this ascending line. So it breaks above $5. We then start getting a flat top forming at $5, and we're getting this channel, kind of a rectangle. I was looking for 505. It touched it on the ask. Don't want to get faked out. We're at 504. Got filled at 504. That's not bad. Current high of day is 514, which is what I'm now looking for, ideally. $590 and that. If it pulls back below 590, I'll exit because that's the low of the previous candle. Well, they've got the Daryl. I've got the ticker here next to my montage. The time and sales tech. That's next to my montage. I've got the whole level 2 on my montage here, but you can't see it on the tickety top. So the volume just seems to have died off a little bit this last minute or so. Somebody heard me saying what my risk is. 1 cent, 2 cent spreads. So we're not too worried about the spreads. I need this above $5 to have leverage on it if I want to take bigger size. I'm just consolidating right now. Yeah, the volume just died right off. Less than 60,000 on that last candlestick. Oh, it's not even up. It's not even fighting 5. It's fighting 490 downwards. So it's broke 5 a couple of times. So 5 isn't the problem. It's slightly above 5. 5. Okay, I don't know who your broker is, Eddie, but that's a new one to me. I've never, if they permit out of hours trading, I've never had them restrict certain stocks to out of hours, to regular hours only. But different brokers have different policies. And yet, before you sign up to any broker, I would recommend reading through the policies and does it meet your objectives, both in terms of margin and leverage policy, in terms of borrowing and interest rates, because this is all very relevant in terms of value you get from your broker. In terms of search fees and things like that, locate fees. Why do search fees? Interactive. I never had that with Interactive. I did with options. I couldn't trade options before. So we're up to 510 then. Here we go. Just take half off. Half of 10 cents. Takes me over the 1,000 realized. I see the breakout over the $0.25 level. Break even is my exit on the second half of this trade. So this, as it's 525 on the ask. $524, good man. Nice bit of work there. Just a reminder that this is Nauticus Robotics. It's going under the trading symbol or trading ticker KITT, KIT, which we traded this a couple of weeks ago. If you recall, I was talking about the Knight Rider series from the 80s, and I think I asked the people on the stream if anybody remembered what the acronym KITT stood for at the time. And we had a couple of people that I believe actually knew, and then a couple of people that definitely Googled it. Let's lock in some more in there. Moving my average cost up to 515. Actually, to be fair, most of my money I put it into longer term holdings, unless I'm buying a nice watch or the most. Let me know what's the most you've ever paid for a pair of shoes. I paid a stupid amount a few months ago, and I'm not a woman. Go figure. It's common for a woman to pay stupid amounts for shoes, but us guys. Got in for the break of 530. I'll risk 500 on this one. 522 on there. $34, there's a big seller at 36. That's what I'm seeing. I might just unless you don't wear them, Daryl. That's what I've found. You have to wear your shoes because they don't last. The leather kind of dries up and starts getting crumbly. I had some Yeezy Blinks and the black ones, the Nike Yeezy Blinks, and I didn't wear them. They were in the box, but I took them out of the box when I was moving. I was checking on them, and the sole was all crumbly. They're about 8 years old, 9 years old, whatever it is, 10 years old, something like that. They've never been worn, and the rubber on the sole just got very weak and crumbly. That little upwick there is a exit indicator, so I'm only giving this $500. I'll find a bit of support at the $250 level and move up again. Let's hit the $50. What screener highlighted kit for me? Benzinga. I'm using Benzinga scanners. So first it hit the signals, so then I was able to check the catalyst, and then it hit the momentum scanner, and now it's the top of the gap scanner. So in fact, it's top of both the momentum and the gap scanner. For the $50 here. Take some off there. Now our exit is 35. But should be 38 actually. But our exit's 35. Break even 32, so yeah, I'll get it. 35 is my exit now. Again, not a signal or a pick. I'm just biding my time pre-market. It's been serving me well this last few days. Just being more conservative and pre-market, and then just opening the floodgates after the bell. We've got 24 minutes to the bell, so building the cushion up pre-market and then being able to take a little bit of a swing after the bell has served me well this last few days. Well, I always buy from off the various specialist shops like Hanon and or direct from the manufacturer on release. Just added another 2.5. My average is 50 now. 550 is average cost. Looking for the break of the $0.75 here. We're testing it. There we go. Lock in some of those gains. We're up to $2,000 on this trade now. It's a longer trade than we normally have pre-market, but here we go. How tall are you, Nereus? Yeah, most of the time I'm getting, I get my shoes that are usually between $200 and $300, and that's kind of the retail price, but they're always limited edition. And then as soon as you buy them, as soon as you get them, you can see them on StockX for going for like $500-600 a pair or something. And whilst I'm not selling them, I occasionally do. There's some good money in selling shoes actually, at resale, in the resale market. Paid like $600 for a pair of Adidas Prada a couple of years ago, and I sold them for over 4,000 within a fortnight of receiving them. So you can make good money on if you know what you're looking for in terms of the shoe itself. You can make good money. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with a dad bod. That's who I am. Well, 65 is my exit. We're up at 580s, 570s, 580s. 65 is my exit right now because that's my break even on this half of this position. What I've been doing, so if you've not been noticing, what I've been doing is I started off with 2,500 shares. Oh, actually, I entered with 5,000, and I took 2.5 and rolled that up. Added another 2.5. It moves my average price up, but then when I sell the 2.5, I'm taking half the unrealized gains in and realizing them and taking them in profits. So this is just scaling in and then scaling out. I could have been a bit more aggressive and just gone 5,000, 7,000, 7,500, 10,000, etc. But it's pre-market. Liquidity is not in pre-market is notoriously bad. I will get out first candle to break a new low now. Which is 75 currently. Low on this one, 76. Low on the previous candle, 75. Hey, look, I've got a whole bunch of them, so... Anyway, I keep saying to people, I've got a friend who's you know, he's a typical Instagram type model, you know, very very conscious about his look and spends a lot of time in the gym. He's got the 6-pack, 8-pack even. We're having that conversation over a couple of beers in town one evening. I said, look, women don't care about 6-packs or whatever. I mean, it's like going to a party. If you bring a 6-pack, yeah, they're welcoming you. You're great, but you never get a better welcome than if you bring a party cake. You know? Just saying. Well, $750 level is my support level. That if it breaks, I get it. That's what I've just set my stall at, so that's what I'm gonna hold to. Nice to see this over $6 again. Yeah, there we go. Right, 2600. That's a good start to the day. I think we entered the bell at 2600 yesterday, and it finished a really good day. So, okay, guys. That was a nice move up, but a bit of a consolidation. Don't mind this consolidation. Particulars, we've got what, 16.5 minutes to the bell. A little bit, it was due a bit of a pullback. If it gets too extended, what tends to happen is as the volume comes in, you get a big flush down, and that's the last thing you need. So, you know, regular consolidatory pullbacks, and then you get in on the continuation on the moves back up. Normally, what you can do is you get a first pullback. If you're lucky, you'll catch that. You'll never catch the initial move, but you might catch the first pullback. And if you catch the first pullback, you'll get the majority of the move, or you can get the majority of the move. A good rule of thumb is be wary after the third pullback. Second pullback, you get a good move as well. Third pullback, then you're kind of dicing on unreliability. So always, once he's had 3 pullbacks, always start being wary of the exit signals. Right here, for example, on the 1 minute chart, we got this upwick, always an exit signal. We then didn't make a new high, so we're getting constant new highs. We didn't make a new high, we got a new low here. That's when we got out, and we're getting a pullback. So just watch for the exit signals. Important. $767 for you in profit. Good stuff. Like that. Get green, stay green. Get to goal, stay over goal. That's my mantra. If you can do that, it means you'll have a great day every day. If you can do that every day. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as that. But I'm just being cautious to start the month off. I want to get a nice cushion for the first week, maybe scale up a little bit next week. I was expecting 44,000, so 10% is the minimum goal really. So 4,400. We've still got a way to go. 1,800 more, and we'll be there. But ideally, I want to be doing $5,000 a day. That's what my annual goal is, to average. So if early in the month, I'm not doing $5,000 a day in the first week of the month. I'm not usually doing between kind of $2,500 and $3,500, but averaging at $3,000 for the first week. That's what I kind of set myself. First couple of weeks, I'm looking at 10% equity growth on a daily basis. And I am, just to put that into context, I am an aggressive trader, and that kind of 10% growth is it's not sustainable. The larger the account, it no longer becomes sustainable. You tend to be taking larger leverage positions to start off with to achieve that as well. So I can get up to 6 times leverage with my current broker. So starting off with a $30,000 account gives me $180,000 worth of buying power. on the majority of stocks. So to make $3,000 on $180,000 worth of buying power, it's a lot easier than, you know, is it time for the doggy treat yet? We've got 12 minutes to the, well, 11 and a half minutes to the bell. Cheers, Phil. We've still got 500 left. Matt's going to sort that out for me on his own. Just give me a shout when we get to 3,000. I've got the pooch right next to me. So the S&P 500 down. In fact, all the markets are down at the moment. ATXI still selling off. It's sold off hard actually, so probably not right for a bounce or a continuation on its move over the last few days. But we'll see. Might happen. Aeroclean had a good move yesterday, selling off down under $5 now. So we're really looking at tops. Needs more volume. Shuttle Farmer selling off, doing more volume. So Nauticus Robotics is our guy at the moment. We've got a little doji on the 5 minute. 567. So 568 maybe. There we go. I'll look for the break of 580. I see support of that $0.25. Okay, here you go, baby. You know what you gotta do. You like these ones, don't you? Because you open these Ziploc bags. Just in the hole trying to open them. Here you go. Here you go. There you go, baby. Stand up. Let's come. Good girl. Good girl. Well, I'm glad I waited for the break of 580 on that one because it got rejected at the $0.25 level, $0.75. I can recommend it, Eddie. If once you do that, you'll realise that you'll be kicking yourself why you didn't do it sooner, because it's a far better trading platform than trying to trade on TradingView. It batters TWS, and for me, I just think it's a great platform to trade on. This went all the way down to 49.50, and it's now back up at 50.50. So this is Twitter. I'll let you watch Twitter while I go for a bio break before the bell. We've got 6 minutes. I'll be back in just a second. So ask me who's an idiot, clumsy idiot, and don't laugh at me. And it could happen to anybody, but look, it happened to me. I got up this morning, I was still half asleep, and I took the dog to the vets for her checkup yesterday. And they gave me some anti-inflammatories because as a result of the UTI that she's had, so she got antibiotics for the UTI, but she's got an inflamed vulva or whatever. So they gave me some anti-inflammatories and some little drops. And so I got up this morning, still half asleep, and I went to the cupboard where I keep the medicines, and I took out my eye drops. I put eye drops in every morning because I've got dry eye disease. And I put these drops in, it stung like buggery, but it's done that before when I had an eye infection. So I thought, oh, I must be getting another eye infection. Or maybe I've got a sty or something. It stung really bad, and I put it in both eyes. And a bit later, my vision was getting really blurred, and I was starting to get worried. I was like, I couldn't read text. I was like, what's going on? Then I went to the cupboard to get her medicine. I only got and put dog medicine in my bloody eyes. Anti-inflammatories in my eyes. Indonesian energy moving. What's the spreads though? Because when it moves like that, the spreads tend to be extreme. On no, 3 cents. Indonesian energy. Nice. Any particular catalyst? I know pineapple energy was moving up this morning. No, just a Form 6. That's all I'm seeing. But energy stocks were moving up yesterday. Maybe it's a continuation. Have we got any? It's only 11% shorted. So Indonesian energy is one of those that it's quite volatile. It's only it's less than 4 million in the float. But when it moves, it can move quite significantly. We've been able to trade Indonesian energy well over the last 6 months or so. Now, it does move with some lower price stocks like Houston American and a few of the others. Okay. Is that a halt? Looks like a... Yeah, halted. Indonesian energy. I was too busy, distracted with something else, but... Do I want a doggy treat? No, I think my eyes need a treat, but don't know about a doggy treat. So Indonesian energy halted. I'll change the scanners over. That could be an interesting one to watch today. That was definitely a quick gap and go. Moved up good 83 cents, I think. That moved up on that candle is low of 8.30, high of 9.13, so 83 cents that moved up. This gets above the VWAP. Might be interesting. SHF Holdings. Blue Apron. Snapchat up slightly. Right, guys, so we'll just wait for the moves to present themselves now. Twitter. Oh, Twitter's moving back up towards 52. I don't think it'll get much more than 52, but it's trying to make a move up. Trying testing 51. Euroclean, or ATXI, I'll come back to Euroclean. Below the VWAP from yesterday. Yeah, will we get a continuation? Not sure. ATXI from yesterday, again below the VWAP. This looks like it's done for now. It needs a major turnaround. Finger Motion had a great day on Monday, but selling off now. Go back to Indonesian Energy. So this was due to resume in... I'm not seeing any data. Why? Have I got any? No leverage on it either. Okay. Indonesian Energy. Altered up at 913. Moved up to 926. No, 930. 930 is the high of day so far. The spreads are only 4 or 5 cents, so that's not too bad. Now they're getting rangy. We're getting spreads as high as 20 cents, and this is typical for Indonesian Energy. So just be wary of the spreads. If you're going to trade Indonesian Energy, check the spreads because it does have a tendency to widen throughout the day, depending on what the liquidity is like. I'll have a look at that for you, cabinets. All right, okay, so but quite volatile. This is an ETF, S&P Bear. ETF, but I would prefer to trade the actual equities that make it up than the ETFs. So there's a number of reasons why I don't trade ETFs, but yeah, you're not going to get huge moves with something like an S&P ETF, not unless it's got a multiplier involved in there. I don't think this one does. Have a look at kit. Where did we go? Oh, double bottom here. What's the high of this double bottom? 44. We'll look for 44, 45. Potential 1 minute double bottom here, but also new high on the 2 minute chart will be the same. 44. Previous candle. That's, I don't think that's a reverb there, Daryl. I think that's the drill from the apartment next door. They're doing some refurb work. Might sound like a reverb, but I don't know. It might be a reverb. I don't know. You let me. Someone else let me know. Did they hear a reverb, or was it just the drill noise that they heard? I'm looking for the $half here. Oh, why did I not get in there? I'm looking for a move back up to retest the highs. I'll risk 800 on this. Look for support at the VWAP, which is 32, 532. I've got a 20-cent stop in place here. It's the halt level, 89, 589. It's all halted. So that's halted. We've got 5,000 shares in there. I want to see, oh, 599, 90. Okay, that nice gap up. Okay, so it has halted. It's halted upwards, Eddie. It's a volatility halt. It will resume at 9:45 and 20 seconds. So I'm just looking at what else is moving of particular interest. Tops is making some moves. Had a bit of a sell-off. It's trying to get back up towards the highs. Got a key level here, kind of 640, 650. Gets above 650, it might be of interest to me, but right now, not so much. Twitter trying to make a comeback after the initial sell-off. I'm not seeing 15 on the ask on kit. It'd be nice if I was. I'm seeing 594. So we're seeing a 5-cent gap up. But I've got a 20-cent trailing stop in place already, which is currently sat at 569. My average cost is 553. So I'm safe at the moment. But what I want to do is I want to see it break $6. The pre-market high here was $6. So if we can break $6, I think we've a good chance of this going parabolic today. And that just again, whoever says that I'm talking to you, Filthy Quant. Whoever says that technical analysis doesn't work, just look at this double bottom. We had this initial move up. I got a couple of $100 out of this. I should have. I put a 20-cent stop. I should have put only a 10. But we got this move up, and then the sell-off, move up, slow, higher low, sell-off, move up. It's a double bottom. It's a W shape on the 1 minute. Now, to be fair, patterns on the 1 minute are not as reliable as they are on higher time frames, but this was a textbook double bottom here. Very clear W. You've got the support level here, and then the move up, and you've reached the highs again. So that's a textbook double bottom setup and realization. So, you know, I don't know. I tell you what, these duck fillets actually do taste nice. I say taste, it smell nice. I wouldn't know what they taste like, but no, they smell nice. Yeah, I said the word D-U-C-K. Is that what it is? Have we got? Did we get 5,000 likes on the old tickety talk? Let me know if we got 5,000. Matt, where are we on the TikTok for likes? She's wanting another treat, so if we've got 5,000, I'll give her another treat. How many likes have we got on the old tube that is for you? Let's just have a quick look. I'm just too busy with the chat than to keep up with the likes. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, just if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate that, guys, if that's the case. And Share Vision, nobody talking to me on Share Vision. I don't know why, but if you're enjoying the stream on Share Vision, let me know. I would appreciate a little bit of feedback. We're at 6K, Matt. Okay. Yes, they like you. It's not me they tune in for. It's your snoring and your little fluffiness and your cuteness and your little red ball that you've got in today. Here you go. Go stand up for it. There's a good girl. Yeah. So there's the resumption on kit. And was it a resumption? So we're over goal. We got stopped out. We got the resumption and then the pullback, but we got stopped out. So we're over goal though. So we're over $5,000 up on Nauticus Robotics. It's not done yet. So happy days. Yeah, Rotta, you know, I appreciate you tuning in anyway. So we'll get this pullback. What's the high here on this one? 25, 625. That's why it's always, if you keep an eye on the halt levels, if you're approaching a halt level, make sure that you've got a stop in place, trailing stop, manual stop, whatever it is, because when it resumes, you don't know how quickly it's going to flush or pump, and you want to be able to keep up with it. But yeah, guys, see, there's the flush into a downwards halt, and that's why you want to have a stop in place. So I'm 5,700 up. I've done for the day in terms of goal. I'm not done trading yet. I'm still feeling that there's more to be had, but flushes like that, those algorithmic flushes, people wanting to take profits, you want to have stocks in place to manage that, because you're not going to catch that. If you're trying to catch that with your eye, you're going to lose money. You want to put stops in place, even if it's a manual stop, and you just move it up yourself, or whatever the scenario is, you know, cancel and replace, or whatever the scenario is. Use stops. It will save you a lot of money. Risk management is number one when it comes to trading. Gerard, copy trading, stay away from it. Stay away. Learn how to trade. Practice in a simulator. If you're going to be copy trading, you're going to lose money. If you're investing, copy trading, copy investing, that's different. But copy trading, you're going to lose money. I've yet to find anybody that is consistently profitable with copy trading. So certainly intraday, Swing trading, if you're talking about over a couple of weeks, or a few days or a couple of weeks, and a good swing trader, then you can actually copy them, and maybe if they're consistently profitable, you can profit from. But from an intraday, no, the moves are too quick. The volatility is too much. So if you try and do copy trading intraday, you're going to lose money. And I say, people that come into my channel, as you all know, you hear me saying it every single day, don't copy me blindly. And I don't give signals or alerts. The streams that you do, regardless of which platform you're watching me on today, I stream to multiple platforms simultaneously. Regardless of which platform you're watching me on, there is a latency, there is a delay. So I take a position. If you're trying to copy my trades, I might be out of that position already by the time you see me take it. So just be wary of that as well. If you're looking for shortcuts, you're going to get burnt. Learn how to trade. Learn how to spot the patterns of the entries and the exits, and learn how to trade for yourself. I can give signals out, and I do call not signals. I can give signals out I call patterns out that are taking shape and forming in my Discord, in the Day Trade with Tony Discord. I calling patterns out every single day. Other traders other students of Day Trade with Tony who are in the Discord are also calling patterns out throughout the day as well. We're not saying is take this trade. We're not giving signals for entries or exits. Taking the actual Day Trade with Tony course will give you the fundamental knowledge to know when to get in, to actually spot the patterns, look for the breakouts, look for the entry and exit signals. And that's really what you want. What's the adage? Give a man a fish in elite today, teach a man to fish in elite for a lifetime. So I'm trying to teach you guys how to fish. And Benzinga for me is the bait. So if you're looking for ways to find those fish, and the bigger the fish, the better, Benzinga is where I go fishing. I don't know where you're getting the bad feedback from there, Daryl. Is it something on the audio? Is anyone else getting feedback on the audio, or is it just Daryl? I said it earlier on in the stream earlier, at the start of the stream. I did say don't risk having a joke with Nereus on YouTube. He's talking about jokingly saying that he's got his rent on the line. That's okay to joke about, but I did say don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Likewise, I say the same thing. Risk management is the number one principle for day trading. So don't trade big until you're comfortable trading small. Don't trade small until you're consistently profitable in a simulator. Always trade in a simulator first. A lot of people that I would recommend take 3 months in a simulator as a minimum. A lot of people, in fact, the majority of people, they'll trade in a simulator, they'll have a couple of good days, they'll think, okay, this is easy, and then they'll put money in and lose it. They'll blow up their account. My goodness, that's all the way down at 510s, 520s. So, and they'll lose it in a matter of minutes in some cases, let alone days. So just trade in a simulator first. Start experiencing that consistent level of profitability in terms of paper money before trading small. Then trade small, and slowly over the course of time, over a few months, don't do it all at once, then scale up and scale in, and we get bigger and bigger risks and bigger. As you increase your account size with the small gains, which will have a compounding effect. As you increase your account size, you can afford to take bigger positions by utilizing the same percentage of your account. And that's the easiest and most organic way to scale up your position. Okay, let me see if I can change the audio. me see. I'll try the trust audio. Let me know if this changes anything. Okay, let me know. Is that better or worse? I've just changed the microphone to the trust microphone as opposed to the USB. As opposed to this yoke. What's this one? I don't know what that one is. CXT. So I've just changed it to the trust microphone. If that's, let me know if that's better on the old Tockety Tick. If it's not, then I'll go back to the first one. Tops moving up big now, so yeah, I've got leverage on this one as well. Tops halted up, just resumed. The halt here. The last had negligible okay, I'm like, which lady? I hope my girlfriend's not watching this. She thinks you've seen a lady in my apartment. I'll get absolutely crucified. Right, I'll go back to the original one. Okay, so we'll try that. I'll just move it away from the speaker. That might be one of the things that's doing it. Okay, so trust top ships. Well, my question is, do I maintain the philosophy of get green, stay green, get to goal, call it quits, or do I go in for a little bit more? I'm kind of a little bit torn right now. It's only the third trading day of the month, so I don't want to get greedy and overstay my welcome, and that's the problem. So we're over goal already. 5,700. Hey Kareem. Yeah, pineapple. I'm not feeling pineapple. It's moved up 40 cents all day, so well, since I've seen it. Pineapple Energy, or Peggy, is the top mover. It's below my floor, as you know, Kareem. So this is Pineapple Energy. My floor is $3. Absolute basement floor $2. That's if I've got nothing else to trade. But this is if you like lower price stocks, if you're on a cash account and it will help you get larger size. And Pineapple Energy has been moving up well today. It's currently up 70%. It's not a stock pick. I'm not saying it's going to continue moving up. I'm just saying that it has been moving up well. And I don't particularly like it. I just don't think the volatility is there personally. But if you're in it, good luck. Kit, since that flush, top seems to be the one that I was looking for. So we pulled all the way back down to the VWAP, bounced on the VWAP here with top shipping. Well, what I'll do is I'll put that on. There you go. Peggy's on one of the smaller charts at the bottom for you there, Kareem. Twitter, not really doing a lot. So let's go back to Twitter. It was interesting since the Musk is actually going to be taking over Twitter now. He's going to go through with it unless he can find a way to wriggle out of it. But it's just very choppy sideways. Let's look at the overall market. So the S&P 500 overall market right now is heavily down, but it's not selling off. I did say we'll probably have be down on the day, but very sideways choppy. that's what it's looking like it's going to be. So just be careful if you're trading futures. It's going to be quite choppy today. But a consolidatory day is bullish in the long term. If you look at this on the 60-minute or on the daily, look at it on the daily, it will get the move up, and then a little bit of a consolidation before a continued move up is always a good thing. If you get too extended, it's like the elastic band theory. I mean, I talk about the elastic band theory in the day trade with Tony course quite a bit. The elastic band theory, the more you stretch it, the harder back. At some stage, it's going to snap back. So you get a spring or elastic band, whatever flavor you're having today. But the more you stretch it out, the more tension that's in there, and then if you let go, it pulls back, and it sometimes goes beyond the equilibrium. So yeah, the S&P 500 is down, the Dow Jones is down, Nasdaq down. Not surprised at all, but let's have a look at tops. The tops making a move back up towards 750. Top shipping. No problem, Gerard. No, I don't actually, Gerard. Forecasting is not what I do. I try not to say. I tried to do that when I first started trading. I spent a lot of time and energy the night before doing research on what's breaking news, etc., etc. And I found it for me, it was a waste of time. And I'm kind of a lazy trader anyway. But doing all that due diligence on the fundamentals and things like that, I would rather just react to the market. I've got all the information in real time from Benzinga, so I prepare my watch list. I'm allowed to trade from 2 hours before the market opens, so that's 12:30 my time. So I come to my trading desk no earlier than like 12 p.m. So half an hour before my account is open to trade. So I don't do a lot of research. I don't do a lot of predictions. I rather react to the market action, the price action, rather than trying to anticipate it. If I second guess it, no. But don't apologize for the questions, because if you're asking questions, the likelihood is that other people are thinking the same questions. And if you're asking the questions, then yeah, the SPY's down heavy, Andreas. So the S&P 500 is down quite significantly. In fact, all the markets are down today. It comes as no surprise because overall it's quite extended. We've had the most bullish start to a quarter since 1938. So just put that into context. The last couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, the rally that we've had has been the biggest rally at the start of a quarter since 1938. So it's only natural that, going back to that elastic band theory, we get extended. We're going to have to retrace and pull back a little bit for a potential continuation. So I'm a little bit bearish today, but I'm actually quite bullish in the longer term. Maybe, you know, we'll get a move back up tomorrow, or even Friday. Double bottom forming. That's what she said. Okay. If you say so, Robbie. I don't know if it is, then I'll just trade the price action. I'm not trying to anticipate and get in something before it moves. I wait for it to move and show consistency and volume and volatility, and then I'm not bothered if something's moving. I don't want to get in something that just before it breaks. I want to see something move. I try to be one of those traders that times the move, and you can't. So I would buy high. They say buy low, sell high. I would rather buy high and sell higher. Once it's the trend is your friend, particularly for day trading. The trend is your friend. If it's exhibiting a trend and you get the nice breakout patterns, you've got good volume, and it's a nice trend to the upside, then you've a good chance of making money on it. So I'm a yeah. So you got a good 20-cent move there. Well done, Kareem. Like I say, it's below my so Peggy is below my floor, but I'll pull it up for the others just to see. So this is Pineapple Energy Group. And Kareem, rightly or wrongly, Kareem called this out on the YouTube and was talking about this. And I'm saying, look, it's moving up, but well, as you all heard me talking about, it's just below the floor that I like to trade. So my strategy is $3 and above, and this is not quite there yet. It could well get there today if it continues. It had a good day yesterday. The last time it was up here, it did have resistance up at kind of 280s. 275, 285, 290. So $3 is a very significant level, but it had resistance back in beginning of August at 280, 285. Similar kind of thing, 290s, 285, 290s back in July as well. So it's kind of reaching a level where it's found difficulty getting past in the past. My Telegram group, Robbie, if you're on my Telegram group, you're being scammed. I don't have a Telegram group. So just so you know, there's a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people that are impersonating me. So just be careful that make sure you're actually speaking to me. If I'm asking you for money and saying I'll trade on your behalf or anything like that, it's not me. If it's a Telegram group or a WhatsApp group, it's not me. I've got a Discord, I've got a Facebook group, I've got my YouTube channel, I've got the TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, the usual accounts. I don't have a Telegram or a WhatsApp group. If you're in a Telegram or WhatsApp group and they're pretending to be me, it's not. It's a scam. Well, you obviously trade the mid and high cap stocks, Andreas, and most of those are selling off today with the market. But because I tend to be low float stocks is where my strategy works best. But most of those are I mean, I can take a look at some of those for you if you want me to, Andreas. Rivian. Yeah, Rivian selling off in line with the market as expected after a couple of good days in line with the market. These mid and high cap stocks tend to move with the market. So if you look at the SPY, you can very often get a jump on watch the SPY on one chart, watch this on another chart. If you get a move on the SPY, you can then anticipate a potential move from the mid and high cap stocks that you're looking for. That's a popular strategy that's very often used. If we look at what else have you, Marvel. So Marvel Group, Marvel Tech. Again, this is selling off, not quite as severe. A gap down, it's 45. So this is what, a mid cap stock. And then we've got PayPal. And actually PayPal have been struggling. And I'm not bullish on PayPal long term personally, simply because I just don't think they've got a USP. They're coming under a lot more competition from the likes of Stripe and Skrill and Cash App and Revolut and a whole bunch of other options for payment online. So I just think PayPal don't have a USP anymore like they used to that sets them apart. So I'm not bullish on them anymore. I think they potentially could be usurped and undercut and outperformed. So from a long-term perspective, I'm not investing in PayPal. I will trade it if it's particularly volatile on a given day, no problem, or a given week, particularly around earnings, I might swing it. But just my opinion, not financial advice, just saying. You're very late to the party. Yes, I have a Twitter account, Robbie. It's Hustle with Tony. Just nip into my bio. There's a link tree there. If you go onto the link tree, all of my what are we on now? 507, 307. I'll why not? I'll pull this up. Okay. Right, where are you? So this is my link tree, and if I go here, you can see this. Okay, so this is my link tree, guys. If you go into my profile on TikTok, click on my profile, there's a link. It says Linktree / TikTok trader. I'm the TikTok trader, even though I'm streaming on YouTube, even though I'm streaming on Twitch. That's just what I've got for my my Linktree. Now, these, if you're on YouTube, these links are in the description. These links are all in the description. So you can get my Twitter account. If you want to join me on Twitter, I stream on Twitter as well. You can reach me direct on Twitter. It's at the top of this link tree. You just click on this and it'll take you through to Twitter. So if you want to message me, you want to follow me, go ahead. Same with Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, if you want to message me direct message me on Instagram. You've got my email here. You can actually message me directly as well. So if you want to reach out to me, all my socials are at the top of this link tree. This is my link tree. What is in the link tree? Well, later this month, click this, register free for the World Series of Day Trading is this link. It's the first link in the bio. If you're not registered for the World Series of Day Trading, what are you waiting for, guys? If you're a competent trader, then get on it. It's free, and you have a chance of winning some decent packages up to $50,000 worth of prize up for grabs. So this is the World Series of Day Trading. As I say, up to $50,000 up for grabs as part of the prize fund. 100 prizes are eligible. Takes place from the 18th to the 25th. So not next week, but the week after. On the Tuesday, it'll kick off. If you're registered, you'll get the access to the platform on the Monday. If you're on the Day Trade with Tony course, or in the Day Trade with Tony Discord, we'll be doing a session on the Monday with regard to how to set it up, hotkeys, hot buttons, etc., for the platform specifically for the World Series of Day Trading. You'll be given, what are the rules, I suppose is the best thing. You'll be given $240,000 in a demo account, in a paper account, $240,000 for every competitor, and whoever makes the most money buying and selling stocks, equities, intraday, so no holding overnight, no swing trading. It's not futures, it's just purely equities, day trading equities. So the person who makes the most money overnight will be the winner. It's very simple, with a caveat that you have to trade 4 of the 7 days to show the level of consistency. You're not just going to get lucky and get on a HKD with all your money and it goes up and, from $13 up to $2,600 and then you get out and, fine. But you have to trade at least 4 days of the 7. The other caveat is that you can't lose $10,000. So if your balance reaches $230,000 at any point in the competition, you are eliminated from the competition. So my advice, if you're planning on trading on the World Series of Day Trading, it is a free competition, so get on it. If you're planning on trading, my advice is start slow. Don't swing for the fences in the first couple of days. Start slow, build a cushion, and then take gradually bigger swings. I was entered in the last two competitions, and I completed it, but I didn't make the top 100. So I didn't get eliminated. I was profitable, but didn't make the top 100. And the people that did make the top 100, or the people that were in the prize funds, funnily enough, were not on the leaderboard in the first 2 days. So just bear that in mind. Okay. So yeah, get on that. If you're not registered for the World Series of Day Trading, get on that. If you want to know how to trade, I can teach you myself. I'm happy to teach you myself. Come join us. A whole bunch of people are now in the Day Trade with Tony community. What I mean by that is that once you've taken the course, you get access to, as part of the course, you get access to the private Discord. And once you've taken the course, you're a member for life of the Discord. You're part of the community for life, if you will, providing you don't act like act the maggot and be offensive. You get access to the Discord for life, and the Discord's a good community. Everybody's sharing their what they're seeing, their assessments of the markets, the patterns, etc., etc. So that's really good. But if you want to learn how to trade, get on this. you can, if you're on YouTube right now, go over and check out the introduction to trading. It's a free video. It's on ShareVision as well. You can watch that for free. It's the first lecture for free. It's like drugs. Your first hit's always free. If you like it and you want to learn more about trading, you want to learn the strategies that I use on a daily basis to be consistently profitable. So I've done another $5,700 in profit today, utilizing the strategies that I teach on the course. Then get on it. It's relatively reasonably priced. It's 119 US dollars per month, plus whatever tax it is in your jurisdiction. In Ireland, as you can see, it's $146. So it's not going to be more than $150 a month. You get the full syllabus here of learning. There's over 20 hours of lecture material to go through, plus quizzes, exams, etc., to make sure that you've digested all that. You get a whole bonus section of best-selling trading ebooks from people like Andrew, Aziz, and others, and a bonus swing trading section. Because what are you going to do? You make all these gains. You're going to stick it in the bank? No, you're going to look for less volatile, less risky investments to and trades to make. Swing trading and value investing. I do have a value investing course that's going to be coming out soon as well, as an add-on to this. But go check it out. Why learn from me? Well, I'm one of the few people that are consistently profitable. And that's not me kind of blowing my own trumpet or anything like that. That's just statistics. 85% of people that day trade the stock market lose money long term. They're never profitable. So me being consistently profitable, I'm on track for a 7-figure net gain this year, is proof that I am consistently profitable. And if you want further proof, just keep scrolling down. I've got 6 months of TraderView statistics here and 6 months corresponding broker statements in there as well, just for you to have your peace of mind. If you are going to be trading, if you're not logging and journaling your trades, by the way, I recommend doing that. TraderView is it's actually a freemium service. You can log 30 trades a month for free. If you're a more active trader, it costs about 20-30 bucks a month. It's really good. What do you get from TraderView? Well, this is it. So right now you can see this is 2022. You can see where the red and the green days I've had across the course of the whole year. Coming up to my 4th consecutive green day today, based on where we are now. 5,700 green today. I was green last Friday. Monday, Tuesday, I've had 3 green days in a row this week. So just $6,000 and $5,000. $5,000 a day across the course of the year will give you $1.2 million. Just saying, gross. So that'll give you should give you approximately $1 million net, which is what I'm looking at. So if I look at where we are on the year, you can see 944,000 gross profit. You look at the months of the year, you can see that I'm growing. I'm already better than May in October, but a good start to October so far, and I'm happy with how that's looking. Hopefully we can get up towards these kind of 150, 160 for October. It'll put a huge dent into the annual goal. Win-loss expectation. If I look at the statistics, you can work out the statistics here. My average daily goal, daily goal is $5,000. My average daily return this year to date is just under $5,300. So I'm ahead of my average goal across the year. So that's the whole thing's about how long do I hold a trade? How long does it from me entering a trade to exiting it, and across the course of the day? It's usually about an hour. On average. Same for you losing trades. So it's across the board, it's the same. What else? My equity curve, you can see across the year, it's very volatile. That's because I'm an aggressive trader. I tend to make swings and I make big losses, big wins. But overall, my statistics are approaching that golden ratio of 2 to 1. So the trade accuracy, for every 2 trades, I get 1 loser. In terms of for every $2 I earn, I lose $1. So I am profitable, consistently profitable. So if you want to learn from me, that's one of the reasons I would say it's worthwhile. Somebody asked me how I found Kit earlier. So Kit was Nauticus Robotics. I looked at how did I know it was moving? How did I know why it was moving in terms of the catalyst? Benzinga. It's a simple answer. So if I just pull up my, I'll push this down actually. This is what my Benzinga page looks like. This is Benzinga in action right now. So right here, I've got my Benzinga scanners here. This is my gap scanner for the day. This is what I look for pre-market in particular. This is my momentum scanner. This tells me what's moving right now. Okay. Then I've got my surging scanners over the last 5 minutes, volume, where people are actually. A good rule of thumb is follow the crowds in day trading. So where's the volume? Where are people actually trading? Where are the shares being traded? And this tells me that Pineapple Energy is right now is where the shares are being traded. So then I've got the rolling news here. So this is rolling news. I've got the signals, which tells me, you know, what's spiking up and by how much. Halt, resume, volatility halts and resumptions. High of day spikes. There's a number of different things that can configure this in terms of the filters and the notifications. I've just got this for high of day spikes, halt and resumption on volatility halts, and price spikes. That's all I've got. So that's Benzinga in action. That's what my desktop looks like for Benzinga. So if you are wanting to try Benzinga for free, check out this link. It's the third one in the description in the link tree. It's the third one down. Try it free for 14 days. If you like it, I swear by it. Like I say, teach a man to fish. He'll eat for a lifetime. This is the bait that I'm using. This is my rod. This is my tackle. This is the bait. So I get all of my fish off Benzinga. Come if you like it and you do want to go for it, use my discount code for 35% off whatever package that you're taking. The longer the package you subscribe to, the more discount that you get. But DTWT 35 at checkout will give you 35% off whatever package. And yes, it is an affiliate link. I do get a kickback on that as well, which basically, you know, supports this channel and keeps me streaming and pays for all my my software and things like that. So essentially, that's me done. Oh yeah, so Dash Trader is the platform that I use to trade. So if you were wondering what's the platform, I do use TradingView, which is not to be mistaken for TraderView, but I do use TradingView for deeper analysis. If I'm doing some fundamental and technical analysis, I will use TradingView. But Dash Trader is what I use to trade on. Okay, guys. And with that said, and I will just cut back to the chat now. And this is what we are looking for. So yeah, how did my trading go in September? It was okay. If I'm being completely honest, I finished 55,000 in gross profit, Teddy. But I did take the first couple of weeks off. I set myself a goal in September of 70,000. The first couple of days didn't go very well. First week didn't go very well for me of trading, so I revised that to 50,000. We overachieved on the revised goal. We didn't get to the original goal, but we overachieved on the revised goal. So we finished net ahead of goal for the year, and we finished and just get rid of this. So we finished net ahead of goal for the year, and I was able to withdraw $50,000. So doing okay, I would say. Okay. Well, I hope they win everything in October, because the next 3 games are Arsenal, Rangers in the Champions League, and Man City. So Liverpool have to start performing. But when you're saying that, they tend to play better against the better teams. So if they can, we've got a hold down on Nauticus Robotics, by the way, breaking laws. But they tend to play better against better teams. So I'm hopeful that they'll pull their act together. A lot of people singing the praises for last night. I wasn't particularly impressed with the performance last night. I just thought it's Rangers first and foremost, and no disrespect to Rangers, but that's like, you know, dog and duck league in comparison. So I wasn't particularly impressed. I just thought with better teams, they could still be exposed. They won 2-0 based on 2 set pieces, a penalty and a free kick. So they've still got issues in front of goal from open play, and they're going to need to be scoring from open play against Arsenal and Man City for sure. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Okay. So Fed President Mary Daly says the Fed is resolute at raising rates to restrictive territory, as that's tanking the S&P 500. Is that selling off, continued selling off? So Mary Daly says that they have to be prepared for inflation to be more persistent than we expect. Still seeing around 50% of inflation coming from demand. Markets are finding their footing. We don't raise rates until something breaks. I'm not sure about that. Selling off on the S&P 500, selling off, breaking lows. So it had to come. There had to be a consolidation of some, but I didn't expect it to sell off so much. So it's now lower than yesterday's open. Just putting that into context. So the broker that I'm using is Capital Markets Elite Group, Eddie. I use Interactive Brokers and I use Capital Markets Elite Group. I look for 10%. It depends. I start off at the beginning of each month, Gerard, and I look for 10% growth on a daily basis. And then as it goes throughout the month, once I get to kind of 50, once I'm up at $50,000 equity, I maintain the goal at $5,000. Yeah, King, but this is not a crypto channel. But thanks anyway for your spam. Well, tell you what, Eddie, go onto the DAS Trader Pro website and try it for free, because you're still paper trading, and they'll give you a 14-day free trial. And if you like it, just go onto the DAS Trader. There's a link in the description. Just try the DAS Trader Pro platform, set it up, come back to me in the Discord. And you can get all my setup files for it as well. So yeah, try it if you rather than switching broker because you want to use the platform that works with that. In fact, Dash Trader will work with interactive brokers as well. But just try the platform out first. Try it for free. Try the free trial. See how you like it. See how you get on. See if you're able to work with it. Otherwise, then look at other. That's what I would do. I would tell anybody is try a bunch of different platforms before you settle on one. When you find a platform that you're comfortable with, then look for a broker that works with that platform. So you want to be paper trading with the same platform that you're going to be trading with. Just bear that in mind, because you're going to build up all your habits. You're going to build up all of your muscle memory on that same platform. Once you get good on one platform, you can usually then extend that with a little bit of tweaking onto multiple platforms. So I can trade with Trader Workstation relatively easy, but I've learned all my strategies and techniques on Dash Trader. I can trade with Sterling Trader relatively easy. TC2000 relatively easy. It's just how you configure it and how you set it up. What I tend to do, I set it up very similar to how I set up my Dash Trader. So once you've done that, it's great. When did I trade the pre-market or the open, Alistair? Well, both, quite frankly. So I got about 2,600 up at the pre-market, and then we got another 3,000 after the open, Alistair. So you'll be able to catch that when you watch the trade recap later. But 3 days in a row that I've gone green, stayed green, and got to goal, and I'm staying at goal. So 5,700. I'm going to be locking my montage now. I'm going to be taking the dog for a walk, ending the stream, and I'll come back a little bit later. If I trade a little bit later, I might be doing a power hour stream later. So if you want to get notified if I'm doing a power hour stream, because it depends how I'm feeling. If I'm going to be doing a power hour stream, then just go onto YouTube, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You get notified if I'm going live later for Power Hour. If I'm not doing Power Hour, I will be doing a trade recap video later and posting it later, so you can go and watch that and get notified on that as well. But I will be back at it live tomorrow. So if you've enjoyed the stream today, first and foremost, give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Give it a dozen taps before I sign off on TikTok. If you've enjoyed the stream today, come back tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock market time, 90 minutes before the market opens. It's 1 p.m. here in Ireland, or same time in the UK. I'm going to finish the stream ahead of goal and profitable again today. Catch you later, guys. Have a good day.